Where are my keys? Oh, here they are. Okay. Hopefully there's not too many students coming by today. I have so many papers to grade. Ugh, of course. Office hours start in about 5 minutes. Can you come back? Oh. Hey. It's you. 1 second. Huh. That cute student who always sits in the back. Interesting. You know what? Come on in. No, it's fine. We can start early. I'm surprised to see you here. You've never come to my office hours before. What can I do for you? You're not the first one to have questions about this week's homework. We're getting into the more complex concepts now. Professor Davis has a way of overcomplicating things that are already complicated enough. I swear, he intentionally tries to trick you guys with these homework questions. I get it. I was actually in this course a couple years ago with him. So, I feel your pain. You know, I used to absolutely hate statistics. The formulas, terminology, it all felt like another language. I remember staring at my textbook, hoping the numbers would magically start making sense. But then I had this one professor who explained things in a way that actually clicked. Let's hope I can do the same for you. Here, come sit. And shut the door behind you. Walk me through where you're getting stuck. Okay, let's start with this one here. Z-scores. Come on, move your chair a little closer. This will be much easier if we're not so far apart. That way, I can see exactly where you're making a mistake. Okay, start here. We'll work through the question together, step by step. Remember the formula for this? Yeah. Where this is the value you're standardizing, this is the mean of x, and this is the standard deviation. So, plugging in all of these numbers gives you right, which means the correct answer is A. The tricky part in the question is talking about how the mean of z-scores is always 0. But that's for the whole dataset after you standardize all the values. For a single value, you just calculate it like we just did here. You're getting it now, aren't you? You just needed a little extra attention. You're not usually the type to need much help, though, are you? That was a compliment. I grade your homework, remember? I know how smart you are. Another question? Okay, which one? I remember hypothesis testing and decision errors being an absolute nightmare to learn. Let's see. So, decision errors are the mistakes that we can make when drawing conclusions. And trust me, Making the wrong call can have consequences. Let's break it down. There are two types, a type 1 error and a type 2 error. Kind of like false alarms and missed opportunities. Sound familiar? I get it. It can be a bit tricky at first. Would it be helpful if I walked you through a more realistic example? One that might feel a little more personal. I've always found these concepts easier to understand when they're connected to real-life situations. Are you single? Okay, great. Just wanted to make sure that this example will resonate. So, imagine you're at a bar and you see someone across the room. They're making eye contact, maybe smiling a little. Are they flirting with you? Or are you reading too much into it? This is where our hypotheses come in. So the null hypothesis, they're just being friendly. The alternative hypothesis, they're definitely into you. Now, let's talk about the possible mistakes. A type 1 error is a false positive. You assume they're flirting, so you confidently walk over, only to realize they were just looking past you, waving at a friend. Ouch. False alarm. Jumped the gun, didn't you? On the other hand, a type 2 error is a false negative. They were flirting, waiting for you to make a move. But you hesitated, overanalyzing, and now they're walking out the door. Missed opportunity. And now you'll never know what could have happened. See? Sometimes the biggest risk is not taking one at all. Like playing it safe and then wondering what could have been. The trick is balance. Play it too bold, and you're making moves on anyone who glances your way. Too hesitant, and you might let the right one walk away. Yeah, like knowing when to make a move and when to wait. Is this making sense so far? It might be a good idea to jot this down so you don't forget. Are you actually writing that down? Or just pretending so I won't notice you staring at me? Because if you need me to repeat something, all you have to do is ask. Nicely. Since you seem a little distracted, let's make sure you really understand these concepts. Focus, all right? Now, imagine I'm sitting across from you. Just like this. I'm making eye contact, leaning in towards you, and biting my lip, like this. Now, what's your hypothesis? Are you rejecting the null hypothesis? Or are you just too focused on the data? I knew you'd get it. You're sharp. Or maybe I'm just a good teacher. I do know how to keep things interesting, don't I? You know, most students need me to explain things a few times before they really get it. I mean, I'm not usually this interactive with my explanations. But you catch on so quickly. Is that why you've never needed to come to my office hours before? I was actually surprised to see you walk in earlier. You usually have class at this time. That makes sense. Did you skip just to come see me? Well, I'm flattered. A student like you skipping class to see me? That's definitely a first. Since my teaching methods seem to work well for you, I'd be more than happy to schedule a separate time to help you out. Like a private tutoring session. That way, I can make sure you get the most out of our time together. Busy schedule, hey? But yeah, evenings could work for me. I'm kind of a night owl anyways, so I don't mind staying up late. It's actually when I'm at my best. The only thing is, I don't have access to my office after 8 p.m. They lock up the building. So we'll have to find somewhere else to meet. How about your dorm? I don't mean to impose, but I have a roommate, and honestly, it's impossible to concentrate with her there. Plus, I'm sure you'd prefer somewhere a little more private, wouldn't you? All right, great. Professor Davis is giving out a new set of homework questions in class today. So how about I swing by tomorrow night, and we can go over them together. I'll make sure to come up with some real-world scenarios to help clarify the concepts. Maybe something a little more tailored to you, since that seems to work well. So tell me, what type of learner are you? Do you learn best through seeing, listening, or hands-on experience? Roger that. I'll come prepared. Oh, and maybe we should keep this tutoring session just between us. Wouldn't want Professor Davis getting the wrong idea, thinking I'm taking advantage of you, or the other way around. Our little secret? Great. Any other questions for me? As much as I've enjoyed this, I should really get started on grading these papers. Perfect. I'll see you tomorrow then.